So what do you want to be when you grow up?
I want to be a police officer.
And why do you want to be a police officer?
Because my papa is.
Oh. You ever thought about being a teacher?
No.
Because you know that's what your daddy does, a lot of teaching. If you were ever to be a teacher, what do you think you'd like to teach?
Math.
Math? Are you pretty good in math?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
What happened to the mister who taught me? Hands up on defense.
It's a rarity in education. Some students go through their entire schooling and never see one. Experts say the African-American male teacher is a vanishing phenomenon.
What happened to the mister who taught me that it was cool to be smart?
There are nearly 5 million teachers in this country, and only 2% of them are black men. That's pretty sad considering a 2006 Colorado State University study.
What happened to the mister who taught me boys don't hit girls?
In college, he says black male students are more likely to stay in school if they see more teachers who look like them.
What happened to the mister who taught me there was a history different from his story? What happened to the mister who taught me to think bigger, brighter, better, bolder? What happened to the mister who looked like me?
So I can cancel one square, and then I can cancel what?
One circle.
I can cancel another square, I can cancel
Another circle.
I can cancel another square, I can cancel another
Another
circle.
circle.
What am I left with?
One
Circle. So my answer would be... My name is Kenneth Gross. I'm a teacher at DC Public Schools. I've been teaching now for 13 years. This year, currently, I teach 5th grade, but I have taught 5th, 6th, 4th, and I've also taught middle school math.
Why did you become a teacher?
Well, initially I became a teacher because I needed a job. I had graduated from college with a marketing degree, and I had a hard time finding a job. And one that became available, and I ended up doing it and actually liking it, and I've been here ever since.
It's interesting that most of my memorable moments in school involve black male teachers. I could relate to them. They looked like me. They came from the same background as me, and they inspired me to dream bigger.
So you find you face many challenges as a teacher?
Yes, you do. A lot of challenges. I mean, sometimes you have to deal with that child who's being abused, that child is being neglected, and you don't really know this, but you have to keep a keen eye out for that. And then some children don't have supplies, and then some children are just frustrated and angry because they are promoted and they can't do the work. And it's frustrating to step in the classroom when you're not having success as much as you would like.
My father raised me and was always a presence in my life. But yet something still drew me to the teachers that looked like me. It makes me wonder about other black male students that don't have that presence in their life, and how much of an impact a black male teacher might make for them.
Teachers wear many hats. Sometimes I have to be a father, sometimes I have to be a cheerleader, sometimes I have to be a drill sergeant. So I have to wear many hats to get what I need to get accomplished in the course of a day.
About what percentage of the teacher population do you think are black male teachers here?
Here, I would say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 out of 30, about 1/6.
You think it's enough?
It could be more. A lot of times the children will respond a lot better to the males, you know what I mean? Just being stern and letting them know, look, we're going to do this a different way, especially the males. And you have a lot of children in the population or even in the district that don't have fathers that are actively in their life. So, You know what I mean? You get a lot of times where some of my children in my classroom will slip up and say dad. So, you know what I mean? I think the presence of males makes a big, it gives them a big advantage because they do get to see a male doing something right and being a role model, I guess, in that sense. I live actually in southern Maryland and I work in northeast D.C. So I'm leaving the house at about 5:45 and I'm getting here at 8. And people ask me sometimes, well, why don't you teach in other districts? Because in Calvert County Public Schools, where my children go, the school system is great. But I feel like the need for me here is greater, and I am appreciated by my students more in this area than maybe I would be in that area. If you have a horse that's thirsty, you can't make him drink. You got to make him thirsty. And you may have to do that by different ways. You may have to do that by bringing them famous quotes and things to think about and actually looking at their future and doing projects on what's going to happen if I don't get this education and what could happen if I do to help them see the light.
You see, I don't have to go through K through 12 education again, but my 6-year-old son does. And I wonder how many misters will be there for him, or will the black male teacher be extinct?
As a country, we have a huge challenge to make sure many more of our students and many more of our young black boys are successful. And our graduation rates have to go up dramatically. Our dropout rates have to go down. To get there, I'm convinced we have to have more men of color teaching, being role models, being mentors, and doing it not just at the high school but at the elementary grades.